I am just about to drive to my cousin's, and I'm really hoping he'll let me drive his Aston Martin. I've been nagging him for years, so fingers crossed. I just cleaned the Jag. It's covered in dust from vehicles driving past already. So frustrating. But it looks better than it did before, and it's got less salty grime on it, so that's good. Let's see what happens. My cousin said he'd let me drive it. I've insured it under £50, I think, for the whole day. So I'm actually gonna get to drive it. This will be my first drive of an Aston Martin ever, and I'm so excited. They just look so great, these V8 Vantages, and they sound even better than they look. So here goes. Firstly, entry. Bit different on the Astons, and the doors open up at a funny angle, so they always fall down shut like that, unprovoked. It feels so good being in here though. It's so tidy, the seats are so good. It feels like a proper sports car because the roof's so low, windows are small. Yeah, one day I might be able to afford one. But yeah, lovely. Lots of leather. Obviously no back seats. It does 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds, top speed 175 miles an hour, and it's the 4.3 V8 naturally aspirated, and it sounds amazing. And they have the most useless sun visors ever because they're only 50mm wide. Anyway, let's get driving. Yay, I did install it. Ah, the suspension is so stiff. Oh man, I can't believe I'm driving it. So good. So exciting. Bit nervous. Might take the roof down later. We shall see. Oh man, it feels so good. I want to buy an Aston Martin. Obviously you pay a premium for the Aston Martin over the Jag, although they're very similar cars, not this one. But the equivalent, the Jaguar XKR and the Aston Martin DB7 came out at the same time, and you pay so much more for that badge, but you don't really get that much more car for the equivalent models. But this is just awesome. Obviously there's like 7 years difference between the two cars. What's wrong with my cousins? What's up?
I can't work out that.
So is it on or off?
I think it's on.
If it's up, it's
yes.
on.
Yeah.
And then you push the button in and push it down, and then it's off.
Well, I couldn't get the button to go in. Is it really hard to get it
I might have pulled up quite tight.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'll keep trying.
Yeah, just wave if you have trouble. I'll just get out. I'll come and help you if you need help.
Okay,
just, yeah. I thought I was going to struggle with this fly-off handbrake, and I might actually just take this hoodie off. Handbrake's off. Time to go. Okay. Oh my god, that sound! So good seeing my car. I'm not gonna lie, I know I'm biased, it's my Jag, but it does look so good. From the front, the back, the side. For the money. Obviously I'd rather have the Aston. Life is good. Oh, cars. I love cars. But I don't like other cars on the road. Ooh. Pulled up quickly then. That was low revs. revs in second. Oh my god, that sound! Ah, so good! So responsive. It's 380 horsepower, so on paper it's only 10 more than my Jag, but my Jag, you know how they lose power over time, so obviously my Jag's probably only like 350 or something, wouldn't be surprised. And the 0 to 60 is only half a second different between the two cars. The Jaguar XKR is 0 to 60 in 5.3 or 4 seconds, and this is 4.9, so there's not much in it. They're both just awesome GT cars. The difference being this one is on another level. It's manual and it sounds amazing, which I don't have that in the Jag, apart from the supercharger, which sounds quite nice, but it doesn't sound amazing all the time like this does. I wish I had more time, a lot more time, and then maybe I'll be able to do a video of the V8 Vantage and my brother's 997 Porsche and do a bit more of a comparison, but I have no time. Only just getting this in. I haven't really had enough footage of my Jag yet, and I want to be happy with what I put on YouTube, but I just haven't got time. Time is money, and I need to go back to Australia and work. Straight down again. Oh, that sound is so good. Oh man. This is so much fun. If you're ever thinking about buying an Aston Martin V8 Vantage, you're in a position to be able to afford to do it, but you're not quite sure, just do it. It's amazing. And I feel so lucky to being able to drive one. It's so good.
Right, a bit further along now, getting used to the car. Really enjoying the kind of the luxurious feel of the base. I'm trying to think if it feels more like the Aston Martin or more like my old Volvo. Obviously it's a lot faster than that, but it's got that had this luxurious feel to it. And this really kind of, you don't feel like you're in that much of a hurry. I'm doing nearly 70 miles an hour, but really barely feel like I'm kind of moving really, which is I suppose what a great Grand Tourer is all about. So let me slow down and see if I can get the Astons going past. He wants to. Cops are out in front, so we can't. We might want to overtake at this stage, but in the meantime, I'm just enjoying how easy it all is. Obviously, you don't have to change gears, so that's a major thing, but it's just very comfortable. The steering's accurate, the gears are smooth. There's not really much work to have to be done. I'm going to punch it along a little bit and see what it can give me. Well, there we go. That's the supercharger. Wow, nice. Let's see if I can get him to overtake. Taking the bait. Right, here he goes. Here he goes.
I might just dip it past my cousin so you can see what his car looks like.
Wow. So nice to see your own car flash before you. Wow. That was good. Not quite as noisy as I thought it was going to be, but going into chase mode now. It's so unusual because you're so unused to seeing your own car be driven by someone else. It's funny because the back of it doesn't look kind of how I had it in my mind, even though I've seen lots of them in the past. But it's got great lines to it, that car. I'm really pleased with it. Right, just come off the roundabout. I'm going to put my foot down a little bit more, push it along. Doesn't feel too wallowy on the turns. That's something I'm always worried about with these big cars, whether they feel like they're rolling. Gosh, and I'm already there. Wow. It is, yeah, it's got some packs and punch. Actually, it's quiet, but it's got the force behind it. So, how does this feel compared with the Aston? Now I'm a bit more settled into it, I can start looking around and start really trying to get an idea of what the differences are. It certainly is very smooth to drive. I find the Aston really quite responsive. I mean, it's a newer car, so I suppose you'd expect it maybe to be more responsive, but this is really has potentially a more luxurious interior, I'd say, than the Aston Martin. And it's got these lovely old school buttons. I love all of those proper big buttons that you can press. None of this newfangled touchscreen nonsense in here. Right, let's give it a whoosh and see what happens when I put my foot down. Oh, it's so smooth, the power delivery. It's as smooth as silk. I'm totally convinced by the numbers on the speedo, but that definitely felt like it really picked up speed very, very nicely. It's a very smooth ride indeed.
That wasn't even high revs or high speed. It has about the same amount of rattles as my Jag does, so that's nice to know. I don't think it's all for GoPros. It's gonna make some noise now. Exit the roundabout and then flip it. Thank you, Aston Martin, for making an attainable car. I can't find where the latch is to get in the boot. So many things with the Aston, I don't know where it is, so I've got to wait for my cousin to come back. I tried on the other side, that's where it is in the Jag. Excuse the mess. But it's not there in the Aston, and it's not on the driver's side that I could see. So we'll find out soon. Where's the latch for the boot?
Here. Sorry, I went unnecessarily far away.
Is there not a latch in the car?
No.
I was looking for a thing for the boot.
Yeah.
Because mine's got a button.
Right.
And I even got that confused. Okay, I'm back in the Aston. Time to start her up. And start. Roof down. Wow, what an event. I stalled it. My cousin just wheel spinning in my Jag in reverse there. Oh, I love this car! I almost feel guilty, like I'm cheating on my Jaguar. My Jag is an amazing car, and it's an amazing car for the money, even more so. But the sound of this and the sporty edge of this just adds so much more. I can't see anything. But that was not a nice junction. All that drama, and you're doing 50 miles an hour. That's another great thing, you know. You don't have to be speeding this to have fun. In the Jag, you don't feel anything. There's no noise. It's got like 7 silencers. There's no drama. So, you know, you have to put your foot down more. You don't have to speed necessarily, but you have to work harder for the drama. But obviously, like I said before, very different cars. This is less GT car, Grand Tourer, and more sports car than the Jag, that's for sure. These are nice little roads. The steering wheel feels nice. Obviously it's not wood, it's leather, but it feels good. This is fun. I don't even know what else to talk about, honestly. I just can't stop thinking of how good it is. Yeah, fuel economy, blah blah, not as good as the Toyota Yaris, blah blah blah. Who cares? It's something that a lot of people talk about, the fuel economy. It just shouldn't be mentioned. If you like cars, then it should be fine to spend whatever you want, or whether you have to, I mean, on fuel. Yeah, okay, it might make the difference whether you get to do a massive road trip or not, because it's going to cost you a couple of £100 more, and that's not great. But I don't mind spending money on my Jag because I love my Jag. I don't mind spending £1.74 a litre on fuel for my Jag because it's my hobby, it's my enjoyment in life. Forgot to indicate. Sorry. Nice and cozy in here with the heat seat and the heater on a little bit. I don't even know where to, well, it's 8 degrees outside, but I'm nice and toasty in here. Lovely. These roads are too narrow. Well, I've just finished doing about 50 or 60 miles in an Aston Martin V8 Vantage. It's so good. It's so amazing. I've been in it before, specifically this one as well, but obviously driving it, it's so much better. Yeah, there's so much to say about it, but then so much you don't need to say about it. Yes, the sun visor is terribly small and lame. Yes, there's a bit of a rattle coming from the back, and yes, this pop-up display map thing is very dated, but it goes down, so you don't need it. But all those things are completely insignificant because this car looks great, it sounds amazing, arguably one of the best sounding, like, normal nice cars, normal sports cars you can get, and a lot of people say it's one of the best sounding cars, so it's not just my uneducated opinion. And it drives great, it's sharp, accelerates well, handles nicely. It's just all around amazing, and for the value, like 30 or 40 grand I think they are now. Back before they're about 25. If only I'd had the money then, and I still don't have the money now. But yeah, overall amazing experience, very lucky to get to drive it. I love it, and if I could afford one I'd have one in a heartbeat. Just awesome car. I'm sorry Jaguar, I love you too, but you're just not quite to the same standard. I'm just going to show you another angle of opening the door, because you see then how much it goes up. You have to double flick it, and then it goes up like that, and then any little shake, probably won't do it now, but anyway, see the angle there? It's to avoid curbs, apparently. That's the design of it. But yes, that kind of angle. And I'll show you the boot, which I couldn't open earlier, but apparently it's just this button here, electronic. Yeah, so there's not loads of space, but there's a bit, enough to fit a few rucksacks in. So yeah, another successful day driving in England with these two beauties. And I've got to say, seeing my car on the road, the shape of it is just awesome. Those lines, curvy lines, the air vents on the front, and how it curves over the wheel arch there. I love it. But I'm sure the crowd favourite would have to be the Aston Martin. Thanks again for watching, like and subscribe, and hopefully some more videos coming soon.